To the BNS channel. My name is EdieAnne. I am on my way to New Hampshire and I wanted to share some thoughts that were going through my head. Yeah, I know that might be scary, but I don't think so. I think you'll enjoy it. I have been listening to an audiobook called Get Over Your Damn Self. I think her name is Rory something, the author. It's a pretty good book, and I think I've mentioned before that it is, I almost feel as though she wrote my own words, because I've been teaching these things for almost 12 years now. One of the things that she brought up that I don't think I've ever done a video on, and I think that it's a pretty important piece to our direct sales puzzle, and that is to lead with the opportunity and end with the product. A lot of people are very cautious about leading with the opportunity, but here's the downfall to doing the formula of buy, host, join. And when I first started with Scentsy in my business, that's how it was presented to me: buy, host, join. Buy the product, host a party, join the opportunity. The problem with that formula is it doesn't really work that way. And I'm sorry to say that, but it doesn't work that way. You cannot go to somebody and say, hey, are you interested in our product and what we have to offer as far as, home decor and fragrance and scent, whatever the product that you guys have. If they say no, I'm not interested in your product, then it's a very difficult transition to go to, okay, well, if you don't want the product, then do you want to host a party so you can get the product for free and half price? Now, in some situations, that actually may work, and that's okay. And I can see the logic, to a sense, to a point, of how the buy, host, join formula could potentially work, depending on how you're spinning it. So if somebody says that they're not interested in the product, sometimes it's because they can't afford the product. And if that's the case, then hosting a party is absolutely the next step that you want to talk about for them to potentially get that product. If they don't want to host a party because they don't want to prepare for doing the party, or they don't want to take the time to do the party and they can't afford the product, then you can also say, okay, well then maybe you should think about joining. Therefore, you could be making money while selling the product and hosting your own parties and making your own commission and making your own hostess rewards. So there is logic behind that, but the majority of the time, that's not really how it works, and that's not how you're going to grow your business. And I firmly believe that it should be the opposite. It should be join, host, and buy. Lead with the opportunity, ask if they want to host, and then end up with buying the product if they're still interested. I feel like it's really difficult to say, hey, why don't you buy this product? And they say, well, no, I don't really like that product. And so your next step is to go to hosting. How can you present an opportunity to somebody and say, okay, well then why don't you come and join our business and you can sell products that you're not interested in? Right? I mean, that just doesn't work. So I firmly believe that in order to grow your business, your best bet, and this is how I've been doing it, your best bet is to lead with the opportunity. If they're not interested in having their own business, then say, okay, well then why don't you host a party, and that way you can get some products for free and half price. And if they say they're not interested in hosting a party, then you can say, well, you could still buy the product if that's what you would prefer. That way you don't have to have a party. Maybe we can add your order to somebody else's party. So the likeliness of the flow happening with that formula in a better categorical, is that a word? Being able to transition from join, host, and then buying is a lot more smooth and a lot more logical than to try and force the subject doing it the opposite way of buy, host, join. So my tip for you guys today is, if you want a very successful direct sales business, you need to make your formula with the opportunity first, offering the opportunity first, then hosting a party, then buying your product. And if you do that formula on a consistent basis, I can almost guarantee that your business will grow. Now, here's the kicker. The kicker is that how often are you offering the opportunity? If you're only offering the opportunity to, 5 people a week, you're going to have a mediocre business. You're going to have a business that is just sustainable. And maybe not even. But if you want a business that is flourishing and booming, and your people in your team are doing the same thing that you're doing, you've heard me talk about the 2-year formula before, the 2-2-2, which is 2 recruits a month and $2,000 a month for 2 years. Will get you an income of, and also you need to teach your team to do the same thing, 2-2. 2 years of 2 recruits a month and 2,000 PRV a month. Now that's in our business, in the Scentsy business. I don't know what your business is, but I would say that whatever the maximum bonus on your volume that you sell, and 2 new recruits a month, would be a pretty sustainable and pretty good sized business. Now, if you're teaching your team to do the exact same thing, you can multiply that by 2. I truly believe and know through my own experience and my own knowledge and my own witnessing that if you are offering the opportunity to multiple people every day in some way, shape, or form, that your business will grow exponentially. And that, yes, this potentially has the ability to be a numbers game. And that means that the more people you talk to, the more people will join your team. And if you think that you're talking to just the right amount of people, multiply that by 2. And then try and see what your results are. I have somebody in my team that just recently I had challenged, and I said, I want you to talk to 5 people a day. And her response was, well, I know that I'm at least talking to 2 people a day, and I know that I'm getting, I am recruiting, Edie, I am building my team. And the irony was, when she took me up on that challenge and she decided to talk to 5 people a day about the opportunity, join, host, buy, she, 1, gained more customers, 2, more people were joining because she was talking to more people. It's the law of averages, guys. It's part of our society and our life and our universe, that the more people you talk to, the more opportunity you're going to get, right? So if you think that you're talking to enough people right now and you're not making the income that you want to be making, then you need to stop fooling yourself, because you're not talking to enough people. That's just how it is. And so I would challenge you to talk to more people. If you're talking to 5 people a day, then talk to 10. Double your efforts. Double your efforts and watch what happens. I guarantee you're going to see a big shift and a big jump in your business. Guaranteed. Promise you. I promise that. If you talk to double the amount of people that you're talking to now, your business will grow from where it is right now. It's inevitable. Okay? So go with the formula of join, host, buy instead of buy, host, join. And I bet you see a huge difference in how your business starts growing and continues to grow. And teach your team to do the same thing. Because ultimately, we need to be our best role models. We need to be the people that they emulate, the people that they follow by example. We need to lead by example so that they can follow by example. And so if we're not doing that effort, how can we expect anybody else to do that? Okay? So understand that the effort you put in is the effort you'll get out. You get the results based on your effort. And if you change your formula from buy, host, join to join, host, buy, I know you're going to see a big difference in your business. And for whatever amount of people that you're talking to now, double it. And having those two approaches, I can guarantee that your business is going to grow. And you're going to start earning closer to the amount of money that you want to earn. Because remember, when we're recruiting people, we don't always get people that are as motivated as we are. And that's okay. We need all kinds. We need all levels of people in our team. But so that means that if you're working 150% and you try to find people that are working 150%, the statistics show that your team will only do half of what you do. Did you know that? So it's so important that we bring in more people, because during the time that you are talking to more people, there are going to be those few gems that fall into you, into your organization, into your team, that are going to put in the effort that you're putting in. But you need to talk to a lot of people for that to happen. Okay? You know, if you don't have 20 people on your list that you have been talking to religiously about the opportunity, then you're not doing enough work. You're not talking to enough people. You're not putting in enough effort, and so therefore it's probably not a priority for you. When you say, I don't have enough time to put into my business, why don't you change that phrase to, it's not a priority for me to put time into my business, and see how that feels. That's kind of an honesty jolt, right? So just understand that creating your future with your business is based on you and you alone. It's not anybody else's fault that you're not doing what you need to do. It's not anybody else's fault that people aren't joining. It's not anybody else's fault that people aren't staying in your business. It's the effort that you're putting in as a leader and as a representative for that company that tells you whether or not your business is successful or not. Okay? I hope you found this interesting but helpful, right? I think that if we can make that mindset shift to know that it should be about joining first, your opportunity first, products last, that you're going to make a big change and shift in your own business. Okay? I hope you have an amazing day. Better yet, go make it an amazing day for somebody else. Talk to you soon.